Hi, Jade Handy here. Today we're going to talk about something that people new into the business professional field are discovering. Whether you're new or young or getting back into it, business networking is big now. It's a great way to market yourself. It's a great way to get your name out there. It's a great way to meet new people, to build networks, and it's even a great environment to sell. However, if you don't know that those are multiple possibilities, you may just think that there's a catch to all of it if somebody reaches out to you and ask for a Zoom call or a phone call just to talk about something. You can genuinely assume that it's one of probably four things. One would be they're just trying to connect for the common interest around business. Whatever topic brought you into the conversation, it can be assumed that that's going to be the topic of the call. The other thing is maybe it's for building relationships for future referrals and access to each other's network when appropriate, if there's a good fit. They're called referrals. Some people call it bird dogging. There's all kinds of names for it. But it's basically just to build your relationships, much the same reason that social media exists and Facebook exists and all these other membership-oriented social media platforms. But these platforms, these relationships, these interactions have happened probably since the beginning of the first profession, or at least multiple professions, and they needed to collaborate and reach out and get their name out there. So the other thing, they might be trying to sell you on the call after giving you some helpful advice. They might give you some helpful advice and then pitch something subtly or explicitly. Another thing, they might be just trying to sell you. But one thing you can comfortably expect is that it's not going to be billable time. You should be able to go take one of those calls and not be billed for anything afterwards. Any respectable business person is going to make it abundantly clear beforehand that this is billable time, that you have asked for something, they're going to deliver something, and then they're going to bill you for it. I've never seen that be the case. And you wouldn't know that because it does seem like if everybody's asking you about these calls, and people keep asking you. It is a business environment, so I can see where you think that it would be for nefarious reasons or there's a catch to it. The catch is that you never have to worry about getting billed for these because you haven't agreed to any services. The service being a hidden agenda if it is that way. However, nobody's going to hold you to that, and certainly no judge is ever going to hold you to that type of non-agreed upon service. There's no assumptions made. There's no nonverbal agreement. There's no what they call a implied contract. Implied contracts are much different things. There's an offer. There's consideration. Those type of things. So I wouldn't worry about that. It's always appropriate to frame the purpose, intention, and expectations of a request like that. Something like, I appreciate the offer. I'd love to connect for business networking purposes. Saying that versus asking, is this for a sales call or is this, if you suspect it, then yeah, just call it out. But typically, it's not going to be. All right, move forward, get going and get growing. Jade Handy here. Comment below, especially comment in the comment section if you have had bad experience, if you had good experiences, something to put listeners and watchers set their mind at ease. Thanks so much. If you have the time, and if the topic is of interest or seems of interest, or it's leading in what seems to be a helpful direction, you should always take the call. In short order, after taking a few of these calls, you'll be able to sort out good intentions and from these future propositions.